Today's video is sponsored by shopluso.com. This is Saudi's Qiddiya City, partially built on a mountain cliff. And this is you, bored from work, daily life, and mundane routines. Not so much fun. But what if there was a city that generates a new version of you that is much more fun and blends your daily life and work with? It all begins with one question. If the world's greatest theme parks and stadiums were within walking distance from your home, how frequently would you visit? This is Saudi's new Qiddiya City, a $40 billion Qiddiya city on a mountain cliff. Qiddiya City is different. Unlike the Line or Trojena, it uses intelligent design tailored to attract Gen Zs and even Gen Alpha audience.
Gen Z typically includes individuals that are born anywhere between 1997 and 2012.
April 2018. King Salman bin Abdulaziz launches the Qiddiya City publicly as a sports and cultural city. Six Flags was the sole theme park that had been announced until then, a first outside North America region. Today, they have made additional announcements regarding the F1 speed track, Dragon Ball theme park, and numerous other attractions which I will discuss in detail later on. Qiddiya City is completely owned by PIF, which means Public Investment Company. And PIF owns 5 giga-projects that include NEOM, Qiddiya, Red Sea Global, Roshan, and Diriyah Company. And just NEOM includes all of these projects. All these 5 giga projects are part of Saudi's Vision 2030. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman places significant emphasis on PIF investments, firmly holding the belief that the younger generation holds great ambition and is the future of Saudi's kingdom. For 67% of Saudis under age 35, Qiddiya City will provide the kingdom's youthful population with newer opportunities for entertainment, employment, and fun. But Prince Salman was smarter. He wanted to go global, so he aimed to make Qiddiya City a hub not just for the youth of his kingdom, but for the youth of the world.
أنا أعتقد أن أوروبا الجديدة هي الشرق الأوسط.
This is the founding member of the Congress for New Urbanism, architect Peter Calthorpe. He states 7 principles for building better cities in his TED Talk, overcoming the growing issue from low to high density sprawls.
There's a villain in this story. It's called sprawl. It doesn't allow the cross-fertilization, the interaction that make cities great places and that make society thrive.
Calthorpe's concept critiques the traditional suburban sprawl model, which is characterized by low-density development and heavy car dependency. It advocates for a more compact, mixed-use approach. Calthorpe emphasizes on gradual increase in density, which means that cities should adopt a gradient that moves from lower density residential areas outward to medium and higher density zones, creating a rather smooth transition that supports mixed land uses. He also adds about walkable communities, integrating amenities, workplaces, and housing much more closely together, allowing for walkability and decreasing the need for cars. He also adds design principles that are much more sustainable. Using denser mixed-use developments supports the infrastructure of transit systems and reduces environmental impact, etc. Calthorpe's principles, particularly in walkability, compact development, and regional appeal, do align with the design of Qiddiya City, which should then make it an ideal city that anyone, including Gen Z, would love to call home, right? Well, not quite. After watching countless videos and digging into multiple McKinsey reports and articles and reading scholarly writings on emerging trends in entertainment, consumer behavior, and urbanism, I realized that there is more to the story. And I didn't understand why I just couldn't get it earlier. There was one term that repeatedly emerged as crucial, one term that would become the heart for the design of an ideal Gen Z city, and that would be work-life balance. While Gen Z has brought work-life balance into much sharper focus, it is something that people across generations have increasingly prioritized.
What sets Gen Z apart is their willingness to openly demand balance and align their career choices with it, right from the start.
So, a city should be more than those 7 principles stated by Calthorpe, right? It would have to be more than just a sustainable city or a walkable city. It would have to complement these demands of work-life balance much more seamlessly as Gen Z population keeps getting older. Now, I understand that work-life balance alone could not be a single parameter to design an ideal Gen Z city, but it does set a base to understand Qiddiya City. Qiddiya City wants to add a new element into work-life balance quotient: work, life, and play.
Play boosts overall well-being, helps manage stress, and improves physical health. It has all the benefits that could improve your work-life balance.
By play, they really mean sports and entertainment. Qiddiya uses sports and entertainment as core ingredients of the city and magnifies them extensively across 25,000 acres. For example, this is Amani. She's just arrived from office, stressed from work, and decides to watch YouTube for a break and discovers a life-changing ad that she just could not skip.
This is Arcade Boy 3, a retro gaming console that has over 20,000 games from PSP, SNES, and Nintendo 64. And you can download any game you want on this SD card, which has 128 gigabytes storage, no Wi-Fi, and perfect for travel. Amani discovers that a touch of play might be just what she needs to bring balance back to her life. So she buys one for 10% off using the code YesFazal10 at checkout on shopluso.com. Oh yeah, I know who Amani is. On to the video now.
Qiddiya City is approximately the size of Paris and nearly 2 times the size of Manhattan. And the planned developed area is divided into 8 distinct zones, or nodes. The majority of the developments announced are at the Resort Core Zone. This zone represents the core of the project by offering Qiddiya's parks and attractions, which is the main highlight. A Six Flags theme park with 28 rides will include world's fastest, longest, and tallest roller coaster, with 5 other world record-breaking rides. Dragon Ball theme park will include 30 themed rides with iconic landmarks from the Dragon Ball sagas, such as Kame House Island, Capsule Corporation, and Beerus Planet. Aquarabia is a water park the size of 34 football pitches, includes 22 rides with a first-of-its-kind underwater adventure ride. 9 other branded theme parks with 27 attractions and a total of 275 rides and thrills that are yet to be announced, all in one city. But that's not it. World's first cantilever track in Formula One history, featuring the highest elevation at approximately 20 stories high, will be running parallel to a roller coaster. Apart from theme parks, the city will also be home to the world's first mixed-use gaming and largest esports neighborhood, with cyberpunk-themed esports boot camps.
Step into a world where reality blurs with imagination. Qiddiya's gaming district transforms your surroundings into a living, breathing video game. Stay in gaming-themed hotels inspired by your favorite titles, where the adventure never ends.
This is the Prince Mohammed bin Salman Stadium. It is the world's first fully integrated venue with a combined retractable roof, pitch, and LED wall, and will become a major venue for the FIFA World Cup in 2034. Within the motion zone, you will experience a private motorsport club with exclusive track access through a mountain tunnel.
With over 400 tourist attractions and 25 diverse neighborhoods for all age groups, the city also aims to create 325,000 permanent jobs and expects 48 million visitors per year.
The eco-zone includes attractions such as mountain biking, hiking, ziplining, and animal safari. A skate park, 2 stunning golf courses, a fountain lake with multiple hotels and resorts, live in fantastical themed spaces, are all in works. The city center at the top of a mountain will be populated through mixed-use neighborhoods, schools, malls, transport hub, and green spine designed for creating a walkable city. This 376 square kilometer city is linked by a metro line and is just a 40-minute drive from Riyadh. Nestled between iconic Tuwaiq Mountains and preserving its unique heritage, the city includes 40 cultural offerings, 2,000 art installations, and the region's first performance arts center, all at walkable distance. Despite questions about safety, ethics, and inclusion, Qiddiya developers emphasize their commitment by addressing these issues with transparency and integrating sustainability throughout the city. I know, it sounds too good to be true, but as the construction is in full swing, I've got as many questions as you probably have. Will a walkable city in the desert be successful? Attracting esports audience, will that meet expectations? A retractable stadium pitch and roof at the top of a mountain, possible? Would living here be affordable? Is this really the city for Gen Z? The answers to all these questions and doubts will only be delivered to us in 2025, as Qiddiya developers plan to launch Phase 1 and are on track to be completed by 2030. But the most important question, the reason for making this video, was based on this one important question. If the world's greatest theme parks and stadiums were actually within walking distance from your home, how frequently would you really visit? Be honest.